Most couples say they trust God. It sounds right. It feels safe. But when the marriage gets hard, when love feels distant, when prayers go unanswered, and you're left holding pieces you can't fix, that's when trust is no longer a slogan. It becomes survival. This isn't just another Christian marriage talk. This is for the husband, the wife, the believer who's tired, worn out, and quietly wondering, is God even listening? Because here's the truth. You don't know you trust God in marriage until you have to, until there's no backup plan, no quick fix, no one else to lean on but Him. In this article, we're going beyond surface-level faith. We're talking about the raw moments, when obedience hurts, when healing feels impossible, and when the only thing holding your marriage together is your grip on God's promises. We'll open the Word, we'll confront the lies, and we'll rediscover what it means to truly trust Him.
If this message hits home, you're exactly who this ministry was created for. Every week, we share practical, faith-based marriage replenishment tips designed to help couples just like you stay strong, stay connected, and stay Christ-centered. Subscribe now to get encouragement sent straight to your inbox. You'll find the link in the description of this video, where you can subscribe and stay connected with us for as long as you need. Let's keep trusting, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard.
Trusting God in marriage. You don't know you trust God until you have to. This message may not be comfortable, but it might just be the reminder you didn't know you needed. Let's get real. Most people say they trust God until they can't see a way out. It's easy to trust God when the marriage is good, when love feels effortless, and prayers are being answered on time. But what happens when the love feels dry? When communication is broken? When betrayal shows up, or hope starts slipping? This is where real trust begins. You don't really know that you trust God in marriage until you have to trust Him. When there's no plan B, no guaranteed outcome, no overnight fix. Faith is proven in the fire. James 1:2-4 ESV says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." Let's be clear, God allows trials, not to crush you, but to reveal what your faith is actually made of. You can say you trust God all day long, but until your back is against the wall in your marriage, until forgiveness feels impossible, or your spouse seems unlovable, you haven't truly been tested. That's when trust becomes more than a phrase. It becomes your anchor. Trust is not a feeling, it's a decision. You may not feel like trusting God. You may not feel like praying, serving, or staying. But faith isn't based on feelings. It's a decision to obey even when you're uncertain. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6 is the banner verse for many Christian homes. But let's look at it with fresh eyes. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. The moment you start leaning on your own understanding in your marriage, your own logic, your own defense mechanisms, your own backup plan, you stop trusting. Trusting God in marriage is not ignoring red flags or abuse, pretending everything's fine, rescuing your spouse from consequences, controlling or manipulating the outcome. Trusting God in marriage means doing what He says even when it's hard, praying even when you feel unheard, believing He's working even when you can't see results, and choosing obedience over emotional comfort when everything in you wants to walk away. Let's be honest. There are moments when staying faithful feels foolish, when you're tired of giving, tired of waiting, tired of hurting. But this is exactly the moment when your trust in God either becomes real or it fades. Psalm 34:18 reminds us, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." If your marriage has pushed you to the point of breaking, good. That's where the power of trusting God shows up. When you run out of your own strength, you make room for His. What happens when you really trust God? When you trust God in marriage, even when it's painful, miracles can happen. Bitterness begins to break. Hearts soften. Communication opens up. Healing takes root. And even if your spouse doesn't change, you do. Final word. Stop saying you trust God, live like you do. You don't know you really trust God until you have no choice but to. And marriage will give you that opportunity, again and again. But that's not a curse. It's a gift. A chance to draw closer to the only one who can truly transform your heart and your home. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. Jeremiah 17:7.
Your next step. If you're struggling to trust God in your marriage, don't do it alone. Get honest, get prayer, get help, and most of all, lean into the God who sees, hears, and restores. If this message hits home, you're exactly who this ministry exists for. Every week, we send out practical, faith-based marriage replenishment tips to help couples just like you stay strong, connected, and Christ-centered. Subscribe now to get encouragement straight to your inbox. The link is located in the video description. Together, let's keep trusting, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard.